Hello Pretties, it's Angela, and today's video is going to be a pair of earrings. I'm going to be making a pair of earrings for day 22 of the 100 Day Project Challenge. And I've been doing some finished pieces videos, and I thought let me go ahead and do a tutorial video, and it should be fairly quick and easy, hopefully. But today's colors were mango and taupe. And so I had these really pretty, I had this really gorgeous strand of boho beads, but I'm going to go ahead and use, I think, a couple of these mango colored beads off of this strand. And then I have some taupe beads. These are like a taupe color, and they do have like a finish over them, which kind of picks up that kind of mango-ish tone. It's got like an orange undertone to that finish. So I thought those would go really nicely with, I want to use these, I was going to use these big chunky ones, but I don't think I'm going to. I think this is more of a mango color to me, and I like the smaller pair for a pair of earrings, and there are two of that shape on this strand. So I'm going to go ahead and take those. I wanted to show you the strand that I got it from Michael's, and so they had, you know, this strand available. But I'm going to go ahead and take these off the strand, and I'm going to put my boho beads off to the side so I can pick those up and use those at a later time. Those little beads up there. Alright. And so I have some spacer, some little bead caps. I think I got these from Beadbox Bargains. I recently did a few hauls and got a bunch of bead caps and stuff like that. I have some little basic silver spacers that I may use. I have a couple of fleur-de-lis charms. I'm not sure if I'm going to use these or not. I have some little pieces of chain cut. There's like, it's about 7 links long. It's a very small chain link, and each one is about 7 links long. So I kind of have a basic plan of what I want to do, but I'm not sure, you know, how it's going to work up because I didn't work them up yet. So we're going to just kind of go with it and see what works and what doesn't. I plan on putting 2 drops in the fleur-de-lis charm hanging from the bottom coming out of this crystal, but if the charm doesn't look right, then I may just do 3 of the faceted rondelles. Okay, so I have some scrap pieces. When I use eye pins or head pins and I clip off pieces, I have a little bowl over here that I put my extra pieces in, a little piece of chain, but I put my extra pieces in so that I can go back if they're long enough and use them to make eye pins. So I'm going to go ahead and try to do that now so that I don't like to waste things, especially metal things that we can use for head pins like this. So I did make one already. I had one off to the side, so I have 2 of those made. So I think I want to put a bead cap on each side of this crystal. Yeah, I think that's going to look nice. Let's see how it looks. Okay, I like that. I think it looks pretty. It gives it a little touch of silver and dresses it up just a little bit. So I think I'm going to leave that crystal as is and go ahead and use my 1-step looper to make a loop at the top of that crystal. And just go slow, be gentle so you don't break your crystal bead. And I am going to, where are my pliers? There they are. I'm going to open this up. Actually, I'm going to close this up because I'm going to leave that alone for now. And, attach it to my ear wire after. Alright, so we have this component on. Actually, you know what? Sometimes with the 1-step looper, it doesn't get it all the way down to the bead. And sometimes that's okay. And then sometimes I do want it all the way down just because I want that bead cap to sit flush against that bead and not wiggle around so much. So I just opened it up a little bit and made it a little bit tighter. Not a big deal. So okay, so that is a little bit tighter against the bead cap. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with the other one. Make sure that it's closed good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put a bead cap that beautiful mango colored crystal, and another bead cap. And I'm going to use the one-step looper. Even though I'm going to have to adjust it a little bit, I still find it easier to use that because it's more uniform for me. I can never get the same size loops. Alright, so I am going to just take my round nose pliers and open that up a little bit and adjust it to make it tighter against my bead. So like I said, at least I know that they're uniform as far as how much length I have in the circle. I'm just going to roll that around until it gets tight up against the bead. And so now my bead caps are not wiggling around all over the place. Okay, so we have our 2 mango crystals. And then let's see, what am I going to do now? I'm going to take, do I want to attach a jump ring? These little containers are nice, but they're hard to open, which is good because at least they won't like fall all over the place. This is stuff but good. Hold on. Alright. Like I said, at least they don't come open and fly all over the place. Alright, I'm trying to think how I want to do this. Let's see. Get my little jump ring tool. Love this ring. A couple of people have asked me about it in comments. I do have a few on my Facebook page for sale. You can also order them from Amazon. I have, you know, all kinds of things, beads and findings and such on my Facebook page though, if you'd like to look. But they were asking me how to use it. Basically, there's 3 different size notches. This is for like really thick gauge jump rings. These are for like really thin gauge, and then I find that, you know, I use this one size more than anything. But anyway, it's basically just for different gauge jump rings. You slip your jump ring into the little notch, and it just helps you open it without making them disfigured. And I really do love my jump ring tool. I'm very attached to it. I love it. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 3 pieces of my chain that I've already pre-cut onto this jump ring. And I'm shocked it's not giving me fits, because man, this tiny chain can be a pain sometimes. So now that I say that, this last one's not going to want to go on quite so easily as the other 2 did. There it goes. Alright, and then I'm going to attach it to the bottom of my crystal and close that up. Okay, so now I have 3 little pieces of chain, and I noticed one, like the links, one of them's off. I don't think this, oh, it would help if I showed y'all what I'm talking about. My chain, I think they're different lengths. It's really not going to be that big a deal, but if you want to, you can trim off and make them all even. I thought I had them all at 7 lengths, but you know, the eyes don't always work, and then sometimes when you're cutting those little bitty things, it's hard to count exactly. But anyway, we'll see how it works out, if I need to trim it or not. It may be good that they're just slightly different lengths as well. Let's see. Okay, so 1 went on. I have 2 more pieces of chain to put on. 2. And 3, and these are all the same length, so I probably will trim that other one. Alright, so it looks like these are all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so this one I might have just been off by 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay, I'm going to trim this one. Okay, and okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take smaller jump rings. Actually, okay, I'm going to need some head pins. Okay, so let me grab my head pins. Alright, here's some head pins. Because we're going to need head pins for the crystals here. And I am going to just put, I think I'm going to put one of these spacers. Let's see how that looks. A spacer. One of these taupe crystals, And another spacer. Whoop, it jumped out my hand. It's not wanting to be put on this head pin. Alright, and then let's see, I think that's all I want on there. And so I am going to use my looper tool and make a loop. I'm going to save this piece because I can make an eye pin out of that. Okay, now let's see if I can get, I don't think, you know what, I'm going to attach them with jump rings because usually the gauge of this is a little bit thicker and I have a hard time getting it on the chain. So I think I'm going to just go ahead and make 4 of these little dangles with the spacer, a crystal, and a spacer. Get it up there, close it, make sure it's closed up. Okay, so we got 2 more to go of these, and then we can start attaching. Now, if the charm doesn't look good, I'll go ahead and switch it out and just do 3 of the taupe crystals. But I'm hoping the fleur-de-lis looks nice on it, just to give it a little extra something hanging from the bottom. Okay, I'll close that one up in a minute. Let me go ahead and I need one more little spacer guy. Oh, got the dropsies. And the last spacer, and then we'll close this guy up, and then we can start attaching them to those chains hanging from the bottom of the mango crystal is what we're calling it. Alright, wiggle that little buddy off there. Make sure they're closed up good so they don't come off the chain. And I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to attach these with the smallest little jump ring that I have to the bottom of that chain. Okay, so let me go ahead and open up the small jump rings. Get a few of those out. Hold on to it. Get my ring back over here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put on a crystal and grab one of those, one of the end of the chain, and close it up on there. Alright, let's go ahead and put another crystal on one of the chains. Alright, finally it went through. I was just about to say maybe I should pause it and get them to go through. Alright, so we have 2. Let me put the fleur-de-lis on and see how it looks with those 2 crystals. And like I said, if it doesn't look good, I'll just go ahead and make a couple more of the crystal dangles. Might have to open that up a little bit more to get that charm on. And I do have these charms available in my Facebook group as well, if you're interested in that. Oh, got it to go on a jump ring, of course. Okay, so here's my little chain. And did it go? Yay, it went. Okay, so I'm hoping this looks good. Let's see how that looks. Oh, I like it. It does. It's about the same length as the crystal, but I think that when it's in your ear, it's just gonna move. The movement will be nice. You'll see. Sometimes you'll see the fleur-de-lis. Sometimes you'll see the crystal. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna leave that like that. It's kind of almost like it's in front of the 2 crystals. I'm sure when it's on your ear, it's gonna go back and forth. What do I think? Do I think I don't know. Now I'm second guessing myself. I'm thinking maybe I'm thinking maybe I should cut this one a couple of lengths shorter and let that crystal fall in between the other ones. I think it does need a shorter something. Or maybe let me try to cut 2 lengths on here. And let me see how the fleur-de-lis looks shorter, if that makes a difference. It's trial and error when you're designing, you know, when you're making things for the first time. And again, I know that, you know, you're not supposed to keep opening and closing your jump rings. I get that. It weakens them a little bit. That, you know, it's only the first time I've opened it again, so it should be fine. But if you're worried about it weakening your jump ring, just change your jump ring out. Alright, let's see. Oh, I think that's much better, and I think I do like the fleur-de-lis on it shorter. Okay, so I finally got those on, and I decided to change it and put the 3rd crystal and make it shorter, because the fleur-de-lis just, it kind of like got sandwiched in between the crystals. So I think that having that shorter crystal in the middle will give it nice drape and dangle to the beads when it's on your ear. So I just put the shorter piece of chain in the middle with the crystal, and like I said, when they're on your ear and they're moving, they kind of just all float around together, and it's really pretty. So that's what I went ahead and did. I put the shorter piece of chain in the middle with the crystals. So I have one. I thought I had 3. I guess I need to make 2 more. So we'll go ahead and make 2 more right quick together. Crystals. So I'm not going to use the fleur-de-lis, which I kind of wanted to, but then, like I said, it just didn't look right. So definitely don't want the earrings to be pretty. Alright, so we're going to move those little charms off to the side, and I need a few more spaces. I thought I had another one. I don't know where it went, if I lost it in the process, but I guess I didn't make it. Maybe I didn't make it yet. I don't remember. Alright. So I am going to need 3 for this side, so I need to make 2 more. Like I said, if you don't have, you know, if you don't have really good eyes or anything, and don't want to struggle with the chain, definitely go up in your link size, and then you won't have to struggle with it quite so much. I just like the delicate chain, but man, does it give me fits to attach things to it. But it's pretty. And like I said, I'm so used to working with things like really close up to my face, because I can't see that far, and working around the camera sometimes it's like, oh. Alright, so we have the 3 little dangles made. I'm just going to close this one off. Good, make sure it's closed, because I don't want it to fall off my chain. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and get my jump rings, and again, we're going to attach to those 3 links of chain that are hanging down from the jump ring. Open that up. Put that on. They really are not hard to make. Like I said, the hardest thing is just getting these jump rings through that little bitty chain. Sometimes it is a little bit more difficult. Okay, so that's 1 on. We have 2 to go, and then this pair of earrings will be made. And it really didn't take that long. Like I said, me struggling with the chain takes the longest part. Did I not open my jump ring? Good. Okay, a little bit more. Let me go ahead and pause this, get these 2 crystals back on, and I'll come back and show you the finished product. Okay, got those 3 crystals on. And it actually didn't take me as long off camera as it does on camera, go figure. But I'm going to go ahead and open this ear wire. Put our crystal on and close that ear wire back up. And our earrings are done. I think they came out really pretty. Like I said, they really weren't hard to make. Like I said, if you use larger links, you won't have all that struggling to do with those tiny little chain links, but I think it's worth it in the end because I like the delicate look of the chain. But I think these came out nice. It was the colors of mango and taupe. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Click on subscribe and click on that notification bell so that you can be notified each time I upload a new video to YouTube. Leave me a comment below what you think about these earrings, what you might have done differently, or if you enjoyed them. So until the next video, guys.